Welcome back to my channel. My name is Samantha and I'm super excited that you're here with me. The topic that we'd love to focus on today is how can you build a six-figure business in a crisis? This is very possible because if you know how to solve a problem, you've got a business idea on the inside of you. Also, we want to explore why having a vision and implementing ideas as they come is super crucial for your success. What compliments have you been receiving over the past years, over the past months, whatever it might look like time-wise for you, but you keep hearing that one thing over and over again. It might be from your colleagues at work or from your friends, your parents, family, or it can also be an inside voice. If you keep hearing, oh my goodness, you are so good at dancing, you're so good at painting, or oh my goodness, you should totally do this for business. You have to pay attention because what that means is that you've got an idea and you've got an idea to solve a problem. So the three topics today are: compliments do you receive on a frequency, but you've never really given any voice or haven't explored it yet. Secondly, is how confident are you pursuing that idea? And third, what steps can you take to research, develop, and implement? All right, so for step one, what compliments have you been receiving? Over and over again. You might hear someone telling you how great you are at a certain task, or you're an excellent dancer, you're a super passionate athlete, or it might be something just out of the blue that you've not considered before. It's always important to listen to those voices because sometimes others can see the greatness inside of us that we cannot see. Sometimes we can be super hard on ourselves, and I'm telling you from my own life experience. Now, how I got started into my six-figure business was I was pregnant. My husband and I decided that we wanted to start a family, and the company I was working for, super amazing. They provided for their staff. There was the hours, so it was a great opportunity. However, after having a baby, the reality comes in that you need daycare facilities. I wanted to just go back to work. However, daycare opportunities are expensive in the city that we live. So when I did the math and I saw that XYZ is what I'm receiving, and it takes XYZ almost more to have the daycare facility and provide all the stuff that they needed to make sure everything's going smoothly, I recognized that, oh my goodness, we have a problem. That was my crisis. Go back to work part-time, or do I try this, go back to work full-time and have my baby go into daycare? To make a long story short, when I checked it out, I was not able to go back part-time for that opportunity only because of the demand of the job. It would have required me a full-time attention. And they're really amazing people. So I just had to make a bold decision and said, okay, I understand. I really appreciate everything. And I had to just let it go. Was it hard? Absolutely. But I looked into myself and I said, okay, now I have no job. What can I do? And that was what everyone's been telling me all my life. You are an amazing hairstylist. You should do this full time. I started pondering, just playing with the idea. What if I was able to listen to myself, listen to my friends, my families, and just implement one strategy at a time? Could that be significant? Watch out for my next video as I go in depth with how I break down the six-figure business, the procedures, the policies that you can implement, and just how to make it a significant effort. The second point is, how confident are you pursuing the idea? For me, doing hair was a no-brainer. That was my therapy. It came so natural. And of course, I went to cosmetology school part-time because my mom emphasized that we have to have a degree in something. So I have my accounting degree, and then I had my cosmetology experience and training. So I thought, okay, what can I practically do to implement some ideas to have this company go from nowhere, no existence, to a six-figure? I had maybe like 5 or 10 friends that I would occasionally do favors and have their hair done and stuff. So as soon as I recognized that I had no job, I messaged those friends. I said, hey guys, just so you know, I listened to you. I didn't say, oh, I lost my job or I quit. I just said, I listened to you and I'm ready to start this journey, doing your hair full time. A lot of responses came back, and maybe like what, 10 friends? Maybe 10 friends. They were like, oh my goodness, we're so happy for you. Pursue your dreams and we are supportive. Okay, so that was amazing. 10 friends then turned into 20, and 20 turned into 50, then 100 and 200. Now, you can be very focused and just narrow down what you would like to do. For me, I know I wanted to do just hair, and I just focused on that for as long as it took, and I grew where I needed to, because we don't come so perfect in any job opportunity. We just have to grow and maneuver skills and change, and sometimes take correction, because everything adds up for an amazing outcome. All right, and step 3. What steps can you take practically to research, develop, and implement? So for me, it was just getting a basic business license. I was so thankful that when I wanted to start this company, I was in a school of ministry. Now, this was an amazing class for me because it was teaching me about how to be a kingdom business person. As you might know already, I'm a very spiritual person. I believe in Jesus and I love him with my whole heart. So I was being mentored by my apostle, who was telling me these seeds that I'm now sharing with you. You have what it takes. You have all it takes, and you need to just step out in faith and believe in yourself. Yes. So that's what I was told. And during class, I would jot these little ideas that would come to me, because that's the Holy Spirit speaking to you and encouraging you. So as soon as you recognize the ideas that keeps coming back, write them down. I wrote down starting a hair company for myself maybe 3 or 5 years prior to. Somebody just kept saying it to me, and I just thought, okay, maybe I'll write this down. I had no idea that I would take it and implement it at some point in the future. I thought, okay, what can I lose to write this down? So visioning is super important, because even though I didn't understand how everything was going to fall into place, I knew I wanted to own my own company at one point in life. I wanted to have a successful company, and I wanted to have an amazing family. So start where you are. There's no like, my experience I'm going to give to you. No, you have your own walk to do. You've got your own experience to take. And I just believe if you believe in yourself, with the idea that's coming to you even right now, with everything that's happening around us, I'm telling you, you've got an idea that you have been pushing aside, that you need to open up and take charge of it and say, okay, idea, let's see what we can do together. Another practical step I took was to implement a Facebook page. I already had 1,000 people following my private Facebook page. So I thought, okay, maybe I'll attach a business page, which is super crucial. Of course, I'll make another video to go more in depth with how to market yourself properly and how to just trust that what you're doing is going to take time, but it will become a successful outcome. Collaborations. You have to be known. Right now, I would like to say that I'm a superstar extensionist in my city. A lot of people know about me, and other industry providers, they can refer to me and I'll refer to them, because we are all in this together. There's no competition. I don't believe in competition. I believe there's enough people to go around, and if somebody doesn't prefer my style, they are more than welcome to go find someone else, and vice versa. If someone else doesn't provide what they're looking for, absolutely they come to me and we can do a consultation to see if it's a good fit. Networking. I learned this super late in business, y'all. I didn't recognize that having a good network would make your business life so much easier. It took me a long time to figure this one out, but the moment I recognized it, I jumped on it immediately. I gave myself a goal. I said in a year, I'd love to know 1,000 people. And honestly, it's growing. I don't know how many people I know right now in my city, but I know it keeps expanding. And I know a lot of people now from outside the cities, which is super amazing. All right, so I didn't want to make this video super long. This is part 1 of, I want to do 3 series of how to start a six-figure business in a time of crisis. The next one, I'd like to punch some numbers with you and go more in depth with how I started tracking everything that I was doing, and I started recording and recognizing what's working, what's not, and just implement and re-implement the things that are working. And I want to encourage you, that idea that is coming back to you over and over, or someone keeps telling you about it all the time, that idea might be significant to you and you alone. Someone else might not agree that you should pursue something that they have no experience in, because you were possibly born to solve that problem. So what I'd encourage you to do is take a few minutes with yourself. I'd encourage you to get your journal out and get a blank board to create a vision board. Vision boards are super important, especially if you can be in tune with yourself and just be aligned with yourself, heart to heart with your God, and just listen to what's inside of you. If you can listen to what's inside of you, and if you can trust your inner voice, the Holy Spirit, I can guarantee that He will lead you into the right direction. He will sustain and actually provide other people to aid you in that idea development. Not to go off tangent here, but I just want to drop also that prior to the crisis that's happening right now, a lot of ideas were coming to me last year, but I really established one of them. And the one that I established, to believe it or not, is the one that's sustaining our family in this season that we're going through. I'd love to talk more about it next time. I promised that this video wasn't going to be a super long one. I just want to recap the 3 steps that I encourage you to reflect on today. The first one is, what does everyone keep telling you that you're great at? Focus on it, listen to that voice, write it down. The second one is, do you have the confidence to actually start doing something about it? If you've got the confidence to say yes to yourself, I applaud you right now. Good job. I'm so happy for you. And the third one is, how can you research, develop, and implement an amazing strategy to succeed in this company? Thank you so much for tuning in. Please watch out for part 2, where I go more in depth with my accounting background and how I punch my numbers and a bit of advertising and marketing that I did to sustain this idea. Love you guys so much. I hope you're staying safe, and God bless.
I'm gonna make